Welcome to this series of short features we've dubbed Spilling the Tea on Baroque. Every season, Tafelmusik performs Baroque repertoire from across Europe. But in order to do so, the musicians steep themselves in the particular flavors of each country, so their interpretations reflect the national styles and tastes. In this series, 3 Tafelmusik instrumentalists have agreed to sit down with me and spill the tea, or give us the insights on what inspires them about 3 famously distinctive nations: the French, Italians, and Germans. Cristina, welcome to our series Spilling the Tea on Baroque music. It's a delight to have you here today to talk about the French style. Now, what really draws you to that sophisticated world of 18th century France?
Well, it is, I think, exactly what you're saying, that incredible refinement and elegance and unbelievably high level of sophistication. Even when some of the material actually can be rustic and can be country style, when we're talking about dance music, for instance, that there's this element that everyone can relate to in terms of very straightforward dance rhythms, but then really elevated to just such a high form. It's such a challenge as a performer to execute, to sort of keep the very basics really, really fundamental, that the rhythm cannot be messed with, and that there are certain, well, there are in fact many, many, many rules that you're sort of have to have in the background at all times. But then that what you're really aiming for is something so elegant and so beautiful and with so much poise. And so I think I just find that challenge to really spark a lot of excitement in the execution.
I'm fascinated by your experience of how the dance steps and the music align. You know, what are the challenges for you as a violinist if you're accompanying a dancer?
It is always fascinating to have the opportunity to accompany a dancer. It's something that I aspire to do more of. It's an opportunity to feel and watch physically how each beat of the music that passes by is related to a motion and a gesture and how they have to link between them as well. But when you watch a dancer, you see that they have like an infinite variety of the strong beat and so many beautiful gestures for the light beat. And so it really can inform in what way you can make this music more elegant, and in what way it can be just so expressive.
So, cultural trendsetters, the French.
Yes.
You know, their ideas percolate throughout Europe, I suppose. But what is it about the essence of their melodic writing, about the way that they shape a phrase that is so appealing?
Well, this was a new time, really, of focusing on the voice and letting the voice express things in a different way. So instead of having sort of the Italian opera recit and aria structure that had been very popular and of course continued to be very popular, there was a new style of really letting the voice and the text just drive everything. So when you're playing an early Baroque French opera, for instance, or a sacred work, also a motet, you see these, often in the instrumental parts, it's really not what you expect at all. If you're thinking dance music and you come into it and you see these bars where like you have 3/2, you have 6/4, you have 3/4, the rhythms seem to make no sense, and you don't have like a regular beat that keeps coming back. And you're playing it on your own, and it adds up to exactly nothing.
Right.
Until the voices come in and you hear the words, and then you realize, oh, I'm just saying all the words, but with my instrument. And so I think that was just really an incredible new way of expressing text, and that was really what was driving this incredible new style. And so you see that really throughout French Baroque opera.
And you played Leclerc just now.
Yes,
but,
yes.
Other composers, you mentioned Lully.
Yes.
You know, there is innovation and theatre in the violin writing. Who particularly inspires you?
Well, they all bring something different. With Lully, we hear the incredible dance music, but so richly scored too. It's often written in 5 parts in the strings, and then with the addition of incredible wind instruments too. So we experience that operatic style. And then also later on we have Rameau, who really furthered that and took the orchestration of this music to really new levels. And added, actually, if Lully brought it to the heights of refinement, maybe Rameau brought it down on that plane just a bit to allow a little bit more rustic entertainment in. And I find that that's just so incredible, but also with his unbelievable ideas about orchestration and pushing instruments to their maximum too. And then we have Leclerc, who of course is Italian, but you know, Lully was also Italian and they both became French. Leclerc pushed violin writing to quite a new height in terms of the virtuosity, of the technical challenges, and he was really cosmopolitan writer. So with him, you don't hear so much that like, oh, he absolutely must be French. You hear so many things happening, but he weaves them together so seamlessly. And he also wrote for interesting combinations, a lot of violin concertos, but many violin duets, which is wonderful to have in our repertoire. And so it's really wonderful to explore all this.